My name is Sasia. I'm a circular designer and a partner within the RegioGreenTex project. My mission here is to make the most circular garment possible. Normally, we always talk about value chain management, but when talking about circularity, we kind of need to change our language. And if we're gonna continue talking about value chain, we're never gonna close the loop. So making a value circle is also how this project started. When developing a circular garment, you have to start at the end, where textile becomes waste. Sasia transforms textile waste into reusable raw materials. And so we wonder, can we join forces interregionally and design for circularity? Stina from Rice and Katarina from Citev took on this challenge.
Here at Rice, we're testing a lot with the mechanical recycled fibers. But what we have here is also a chemically recycled fiber. So that is really important.
We were very happy to test this unique approach between both type of fibers. I think it will be good for industrial applications.
Yeah.
And so Stina and Katarina developed a dual recycling innovation. Mechanically recycled cotton from Sasia meets chemically regenerated SaXcell fibers, made from 30% cotton waste and 70% wood pulp. Let's see if this works on an industrial scale. At DBD Fiber, the fibers are carded into long, soft slivers. Then they go to Textile de la Thiérache in France, where they're spun into yarn. Their brand new machine is especially equipped to work with recycled content. It detects breakage and fixes the yarn on the spot.
Waouh, le fil! Ça, c'est quelque chose... c'est un slop yarn ou comment je...
Non, en fait, ça peut venir...
Mais je crois que ça serait chouette dans le tissu même.
On peut avoir une petite aspérité qui donne une différenciation au produit.
Ouais. Cool.
If you really want to see the aspect of a fabric, you need folds and you need light to fall on the fabric, and it becomes interesting when there's movement, and when you see the shadows, you really can read fabric. So my idea would be to get a kind of a draping situation in the front panel. I don't want to make something really crazy because I really would like the partners to also use it as a demonstrator, and clothing comes alive when it's on a body. So I really want people to want to wear it. Yeah.
So we're going to see the machine where the knit is going to be made.
Wow.
So we invested in new knitting machines. It's important for us to have state-of-the-art quality here. I feel like nobody, if you think about the world, 99% of people, when they buy a t-shirt, they don't imagine the type of processing, the manufacture, the intensity, the technology, the science that goes.
If people would actually see what it takes to make clothes, we would completely consume, behave, wear, take care for our clothes differently. There's no pride anymore.
And then you industrialize everything. It goes away from the site, away from the consumer. So you become like numb.
And that's the definition of fast fashion.
Yeah.
It's really not being connected to what we wear anymore.
Yeah, I did the draping test with this one, and then I got to this prototype. It's a very subtle drape because also I didn't want the design to be too...
To overcome the knit. So
Yeah.
the knit is the centerpiece.
Yes.
And then you try to exponentiate it by doing this type of design.
Yeah, for me, I really...
Now is the question.
This is the real question.
For me, I think it would be beautiful to have a rip like this for our yarn, for our fabric, because I think it will give an extra dimension in...
It's the texture, it's more vibrant, more
Prominent,
pronounced.
yeah.
Pronounced, yeah. But now it's the technical question.
Mas vai ser mais difícil de fazer uma malha. Podemos tentar fazer algo mais próximo, mas em Rio será muito difícil trabalhar este fio.
That doesn't sound good.
Precisava ser convencional em vez de ser open-end.
It's the case that it's an open-end yarn, and an open-end yarn, it's tough to work on ribs. It can, if we are thinking about the interlock, maybe you can have some texture inherently by using this yarn, because we are talking about these ones and they are very smooth. Yeah. But if you think about the recycled yarn, it will have, tem sempre alguma textura, não é?
Sim, vai ter mais.
So it has, we can think about texture not only by the structure, but due to the yarn that we are using.
Do you want to add something?
Vamos fazer a malha.
I did understand that
And here we are. We've turned our new yarn into a fabric. But still, this fabric needs washing and treatment. 80 to 90 liters of water are used per kilogram of fabric in all the wet processes combined. This is huge. To minimize their impact on the environment, Tintex invested in its own water waste treatment plant. They run pilot projects to recycle water and to reintroduce it on their processes.
So this is the first interlock we receive, and this is the second type of jersey we receive.
It's the first time I see this fabric, so I'm a bit, oh, what did it become?
This is quite heavy.
Yes, but that was the goal, to have a GSM that is heavier, because it's really comfortable to have something that is a heavier fabric, like what we're wearing now.
Yeah.
Yeah. The yarn that we developed, it had a lot of breakage. And that's why we have all of these little knots. See the fragility of this, and see the more round fluid thing here. It is very different. Fashion has a digital environment for co-creation, and in line with their zero waste policy, they optimize lay plans with our partner Maibine. I even like it with this is what I wanted. Like, there's this draping here.
The natural drape.
This is also nice.
And this is one. Don't want elasticity here in this area. We need to recycle this garment. If we put elastic or anything, shearing or anything else, will be difficult to recycle.
Yeah, that's which we want to keep it at one material. So also in design, we need to take that into account.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would add an elastic, here, shearing to stay close to the...
we are trying something else.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
And now, the final steps of the process, choosing a dye. Officina 39 is on a mission to make textiles a cleaner and greener industry. Ideal contributor for the finishing phase. They've developed Resichrome, a technique that transforms textile waste fibers into an incredibly fine powder that can be used as a pigment dye for fabrics and garments.
I would say
just gut instinct. This, a bit of green added and a bit of black added.
Okay.
Greener and darker.
Greener and darker. Okay.
Or this, but a bit more blue.
More blue. But we can decide in front of the Pantons list, we can decide.
Nice.
You can consider that these are machinery for prototypes, so in production they are bigger.
Yes. Michele and her team developed a custom dye and waterless post-treatment to add depth. They proposed this approach to enhance the garment and showcase its unique character. We hebben eigenlijk 2 maten. Voor u is dan maat 1 al een beetje een oversize, terwijl dat voor nog iemand anders dat al meer fitted zou zijn, dat je waarschijnlijk die drapages nog meer ziet. Terwijl dan hebben we ook een maat 2 en die is dan nog een paar centimeters groter. En dat ook je daar kunt kiezen voor loose en fitted afhankelijk van. Het idee is ook dat het voor verschillende lichamen kan werken. It's actually stunning to see how these collaborations took place and where they brought us. Many regions, many countries, all different steps of a value chain. And now I've seen that making a value circle is doable and that there is this openness and there is this desire to be competitive and to not just stand still. And with that, daring to be bold in a way, and how that can encourage people around me, or in this case, the consortium, of really bringing a lot of energy and value and investment to this project. And that's, I think, why it also ended up as a success like this. What I've seen so unique, it's super impressive.